Hey everybody, welcome to Mind Blown. Today we're going to go over the 10 signs you are a creative person. Make sure to keep watching until the end. Many of us hear the word creativity, think of musicians, writers, painters, or actors. The arts don't hold a monopoly on creativity. At its essence, creativity is the ability to make new things or think of new ideas. It would be challenging to develop a broader definition of creativity. The very concept defies categorization and transcends boundaries. Creativity can come in all shapes and forms, bring all sorts of ideas to the surface, and inspire change in the world. But creativity is also a vague term because of how many outlets there are. And with that comes two things, a challenge and an opportunity. Creativity enables individuals to generate new or innovative ideas, then bring them into existence. Creative people may use creative techniques to solve problems at work or entertain people. For example, they may look at a current issue and ask questions to develop various solutions. Enabling creativity often makes people more open to trying new or imaginative ideas, allowing them to experiment until they find one that provides the most benefits. Creativity stands out. It doesn't have a specific definition, and it just exists as it is. So what are the signs that you are a creative person? Here are 10 characters that might put some things into perspective. 10 signs you are a creative person. Number 1, you like to solve problems. When we think of the problem-solving process in a traditional sense, we assume that the problem is already known. But creative people often discover solutions and great ideas first and apply them to problems they may or may not have previously been trying to solve later. Whether it's playing Sudoku or doing your math homework, both of which require you to flex your problem-solving muscles, your propensity for finding solutions to the problem in front of you is a sign of a creative mind. While there is the debate on whether creativity and critical thinking work in the same plane of consciousness, both are interconnected because problems let you draw solutions from your knowledge and experience. Using a wide variety of brainstorming strategies can help you discover new solutions for issues in every area of your life, including at work. Creative problem solving doesn't just make you a better employee, it also makes you a better parent, student, and leader too. By developing your creative thinking skills, the benefits of thinking creatively or thinking outside the box can show up throughout your daily life. Number 2, you are playful. Creative people are willing to play with various ideas until they find the right one. The sense of playfulness means that they have fun with this process rather than taking it too seriously. Sometimes the best ideas can develop through accidents or unintentionally. As a result, they do not put pressure on themselves to get it right the first time. For example, a graphic designer might experiment with various colors and font styles when creating a logo. When an idea enters their mind, they will try it and assess whether it feels right. If not, they move on to the next one. They may eventually compare all these ideas to determine their final choice. Number 3, you are your harshest critic. You wrote a blog many months ago and you thought it was beautiful when you published it, but then you reread it later and wonder, what the hell was I thinking? You then identify approximately 1,000 ways it could have been better and kick yourself for being so stupid. Creative professionals struggle with the feeling that everyone is judging us at every turn and sees the flaws that we think are most glaring. You are the worst and best critic of your work. Number 4, you are very curious. Creative people follow their curiosity. Their insatiable thirst for exploration leads them to uncharted territories. And that's why they fascinate us with their insights and new ways of thinking. Curiosity is a creative person's most powerful tool. It is the fire that fuels their motivation. Creative people enjoy learning new things. They demonstrate their creativity in their free time, including reading books or watching videos about topics they find interesting. They often find it exciting or satisfying to take on the task of understanding concepts with which they do not already have familiarity. Creative people may seek opportunities to learn new skills for personal reasons or to perform better. They bring this curiosity to their work, often by asking questions. For example, a creative person might create innovative product ideas by asking, why? They might say, why do we not sell a product that does this? If someone tells them they cannot do something, they ask, why not? Some may start a discussion by asking, what if? These questions aim to create discussions around an idea and allow for experimentation. This approach can also serve as brainstorming technique, where the group tries to figure out ways to make something intangible or impossible into a reality. Number 5, you take rejection very gracefully. You're not affected. It's a complex world out there, and rejection doesn't get easier. You just become numb to it. Getting rejected doesn't usually feature as one of our envisioned career goals. Yet such painful moments of failure or rejection could be what propels us forward. If becoming a writer, actor, or artist was easy, many more people would do it. Getting that dreaded rejection letter stinks at first, but eventually you become able to just shrug it off and go off to the next one. Tips from a creative person on how to take rejections. Allow rejection to be a healthy experience, but try not to feel it for too long. After a bit of grieving, I remind myself that even though it feels personal, 99% of the time, it's not. Rejection shapes, molds, and guides you. Sometimes literally. Rejection is constant, if you choose it to be. Turn inward in the face of rejection. You just need to ignore everyone and turn inward to anchor yourself. Remember, everyone experiences doubt and rejection. Unplug from online and offline comparison. Sometimes not getting what you want is a beautiful stroke of luck. It's also okay to quit, slow down, or stop. Don't compare your insides with someone else's outside. See rejection as a learning opportunity. Check in on your feelings toward your craft. Rename rejection into not a yes, and just keep making. Number 6, you like to observe. The next thing on the list that makes creative people creative is because they actively observe the world around them. They wonder how things work. They keep people, things, and nature that others don't. Creative people think about the intricacies of life and how the world and all of its parts work. Creative people are often the quiet ones that sit back and observe, analyze, and they notice. The solution that works is, in an observant type's eyes, the correct one. To them, innovation for innovation's sake is wasteful. That's not to say that these personalities don't value creativity, though they may not speak of it in the glowing terms an intuitive type might use. Observant types have no problem with creative solutions when those solutions prove effective. With their hands-on approach and thorough grounding in details and circumstance, an observant personality is often poised to develop a novel idea that is undeniably creative, while not as flashy as an intuitive type. Number 7, you are very sensitive. Due to their open nature, creative people also tend to be sensitive. This sensitivity can help them in many areas of life, both personally and professionally. Sensitive people tend to appear more approachable to others and willing to listen to their thoughts or feelings. They often have a more accessible time building solid and trusting relationships by caring about how others feel. Their sensitivity can also increase their awareness of the issues around them, which sometimes can cause them to care even more about solving them. For example, a creative person who works in product development may take a very empathetic, customer-centered approach. They want to ensure that the product solves customers' needs effectively and create a positive experience. Depending on the product, their sensitivity may encourage them to find ways to make it more accessible to all customers. Number 8, you have a unique sense of energy. Creative people may often be energetic. This does not mean that they appear hyperactive. Still, they put a lot of energy wholeheartedly into their work and what they expend their energy on. They often feel passionate about tasks and show their enthusiasm when performing them. When creative people put their total energy into something, they can focus on it for hours until they complete it. However, they always bring their passion, so the work does not necessarily feel like work. Instead, they may gain enjoyment or satisfaction from their experiences. This trait benefits these team members, as the creative person's high energy can often transfer to their colleagues. For example, when a team is beginning the brainstorming process, having an individual who starts the session with enthusiasm and builds excitement around the process can make the other participants more eager to participate. Number 9, you've set objectives. Creative people often feel passionate about what they do, but they also understand the remaining objective. While they strive to create the best work possible, they realize they cannot reach that goal right away. It often takes continued practice and editing. For example, when a writer turns in the first draft of their novel, they realize it cannot be published immediately. They separate themselves from their work and listen to an editor's opinions on where to make improvements. Without taking that feedback, they would not move any closer to achieving their goal of publishing the novel. Number 10, you prefer to work independently. Working independently allows creative people to embrace their freedom. They can make their own decisions on how to do things without instruction or demands from others. Often, this independent nature also means creative people feel comfortable taking on challenges themselves. The energy can take as long as they need to understand the task and complete it freely. They may even see these challenges as opportunities to grow professionally and develop their skills. While creative individuals enjoy collaborating with others, they often also work on tasks alone. For example, an artist will paint independently to allow complete focus on their process. This independence allows them to take as long as they need to make decisions. such as what paint to use. Creativity can be an elusive concept for most of us. We either lack creativity ourselves, and as a result, we cannot relate to it on an experimental level. We cannot relate to it on an experiential level, or we have never quite learned to recognize the traits of a creative person. Creativity can seem complicated to recognize not only in others, but sometimes even in ourselves. Due to a lack of understanding of creativity, we can miss out on its potential to improve our lives. These signs can help us identify the obscure and hidden talents of a creative person. If you find this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.